Okay, so we're gonna do another pickup pile, but this is going to be what can you work on? If you're stuck, if you feel like something is not moving quick enough in your life, or even if you're in an okay place and everything's going fine, if you just want to know if there's anything that you might be overlooking that you could work on. So we have this little wooden rhino. We pile one. We have this jade pumpkin. It's pile two. And we have this white snake. That will be pile three. So take a minute, do what you need to do, and I will see you in whatever one you choose. And you can choose more than one. Nobody's gonna know. There might be messages in more than one pile for you. So here we go. Wooden rhino, pile one. What can we work on? This is the Happy Tarot. What can pile one work on? Woo. The Three of Cups. The World. The Five of Cups. I'm not doing reversals right now or today. And the Empress. What can you work on? Relationships. Not necessarily romantic. They can be work relationships, friends, family, acquaintances, business, whatever kind of partnerships. What can we work on with these? The World. The end of a cycle, endings. Along with the Five of Cups, I'm gonna say you might be possibly holding on to someone who you know might not necessarily be the best for you, or you might not have the greatest relationship with because you don't want to be sad, honestly. And that is perfectly understandable. We have all been there, for sure. But this might have been someone with the Ten of Cups that you thought would be with you forever, that you thought would always be on your team or by your side, or someone you just might have thought you were going to be with just forever, friends, whatever. But with the Hanged Man here, this is about changes. This is about different perspectives, patience, seeing things in a way that you may not have before. And then with the Empress over here, the Empress is all about abundance. It's about knowing your own worth and having the balance and knowing what's good for you and letting things come to you, not forcing things, not trying to make things happen, just being and allowing things to come. So what you can work on is knowing when to let go, I feel like. And also, I just want to say that I know it's difficult, but sometimes letting go makes room for someone else or something else. And even if you have had good times with this person, even if they did make you happy, is it really worth how you feel now? Because whoever this was in the past, whoever you are in the past, people change, things change, situations change. And sometimes it's not meant to last forever, even if we really want it to. So, with that being said, I feel like we could do some oracle. This is the, this is the Radiant Sun, well, the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Again, not doing reversals. Fulfillment. There's a glare. I'm trying to work on how to do this lighting, but what else do we have? What else can we work on with these relationships? Publicity. Health. Intuition. We're gonna do one more. One more. What can we work on? Devotion. And inheritance. That was more than one more, but I just do what I'm supposed to. Decision. That right there. Okay. Fulfillment. This relationship or this situation might not be fulfilling. I don't know why, but I'm really just looking at this little sword right here. Maybe you feel betrayed. Maybe you feel like they've left. Maybe you feel betrayed. Maybe you feel like your ship has departed without you. I don't know. Maybe you feel left in the dark. But for the sake of what people might think, or the sake of family or the other people in your group, whatever group this may be, you might still be holding on. Even though you know that that decision to hold on is not a healthy one. Sometimes we do things that are not healthy because we don't want to open ourselves up for judgment. We don't want to open ourselves up for conflict. And that's something that everyone goes through. Everybody has insecurities. Everyone second guesses themselves at times. It happens. And there's nothing to be ashamed of for that. But with this intuition card, you know. You already know. You know who this is. You know what this is. You know what the situation is. Do you want to devote yourself to a situation that you already know is not for you? One that you already know is no longer fulfilling you. Because long term, are these people really worth being in your life? Are they worth sharing whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is you're working towards? Are they worthy of coming with you? Or should you guys part ways? You guys know the answer. You already know. Let's get a couple of cards from this little deck of, these are actually business cards, but I made it. How you feel in my arms, your loyalty, the way you care for others. You are my sunshine, the way you look at me. Sometimes we do things out of comfort, out of familiarity, because we don't want to be by ourselves. We don't want to let go of someone because of the way that they made us feel in the past. We don't want to move forward without people. We want to take them with us. Your loyalty. Are you staying out of a sense of loyalty? Are you staying because it's what you think you should do or what you feel you should do? The way you care for others. Are you caring more for this person, this situation, this group than you are for yourself? You are my sunshine. Better days are coming. It's not easy right now, whatever this is, whatever it is that you can work on, that you already feel the need to work on. Maybe they made you just feel amazing. They made you feel like sunshine. But the way that you see them now is different. And the way they see you now is different. This is a little bit of a heavy reading. I don't think I was expecting that, but I also didn't know what to expect, so we're gonna get a couple affirmations that can hopefully help bring clarity or at least make this easier. We have the Wild Offerings Oracle. What can brown wooden rhino work on? Gratitude, doubt, self-acceptance. You can screenshot this if you want to, put it on your phone as a background, do whatever. Gratitude. Find just one thing that you feel grateful for right now and let that gratitude pour through your body. It's a healing balm like the warmth of the sun. Sometimes in these situations where we have to move forward and we don't know what to do or how to go about it, it's really hard to be grateful. And I'm not saying you need to be grateful no matter what. Toxic positivity is not how we roll. It's not healthy. But just finding one little thing, even if it has nothing to do with this, might help. Doubt. Offering all to the divine does not mean negativity never arises, but you can say, free me from this prison of doubt. I cast this burden to you. Show me your will and restore me to faith and confidence. Self-acceptance. Aren't these cards pretty? I love this deck. And look at the back. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself when you offer your whole being fully to love. Self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. Don't get so caught up in how you can repair something or repair a situation or relationship. Don't be so caught up that you're not accepting the person that you are, that you need to be. You don't need to change your person. You don't need to change yourself. You don't need to change. You need to accept the situation for what it is. Accept yourself. Accept yourself. Accept that you are in a place now where this is what's coming. If you can let go and move forward, you can find other relationships that are fulfilling. it might be lonely for a while. But they'll come. They will come. Give it time. Again, the Hangman is about patience. This is not something you have to do right this second. This is something that you can just sit with. Sometimes it's better to sit with things before you do them or in the process than it is to just rush and do something and then think there could have been a better way to go about something later. Don't stay just because you want to be loyal to whoever or whatever it is that you need to let go of. That doesn't matter. Don't worry about the public accepting you. Worry about yourself. Worry about accepting yourself. So, let's get some songs. Songs for Wooden Rhino. Songs for Wooden Rhino. Timber by Pitbull. It's going down. Maybe you guys just need to build up your confidence to let this go. And that's okay. I've let go of relationships that took me literally years to let go of. And that's okay. 7 years by Lucas Graham. Because I just said it took me years to let go. Anything else? Any other songs for my Wooden Rhino? For my pile ones to work on? This didn't jump out, but it's a song that really helped me whenever I was struggling to find my own self-worth. And when I was struggling to let go of people who didn't see me in the light that I deserved to be seen in and didn't put forth the effort that I deserved. So anyway, all of these songs can be found on YouTube. All right, guys. Oh, let's do this. Just fell out. So it seems to me now that you guys are working on it, this is something, again, that you already knew. And that you're just working on the courage to do, to let go, so that you can find new. And that's okay. Keep working, keep trying. Brown Rhino. Better days are coming, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. Jade Pumpkin, my group 2. What can you work on? Let's find out. We're gonna go with the Giant Rider-Waite deck. As its name says, it is huge, it is giant. Brittany, the intuitive cosmic wifey, calls us the Mac Daddy. But I can see why. Alright. What can Jade Pumpkin work on? Okay. 2 of Wands. Queen of Swords. 8 of Wands. There's a glare. I know. I'm trying to figure out how to do this, but it's a process. We all learn. So, I don't know. I'll move that over this way then. What we can work on, what you guys can work on. I feel like you might be a little indecisive or a little slow to make decisions and to do things, which is okay. Things take time. But I feel like this might be more of a waiting and taking the time to think and think and think and overthink, and taking all the time to make these decisions might be more of a burden on you than the actual decision or what follows itself. And I've been there. I take forever to do things, and then I'm like, wow, that was a whole lot easier than I thought it would be. But it's going to depend on your situation, obviously. 2 of Wands. See how he's looking out at the water, holding the world in his hand, looking for direction, trying to decide. He's got one wand in front of him, one behind him. Indecision. Looking for direction. Queen of Swords. Maybe you don't want to be perceived as someone who only does things out of ration and doesn't think with emotional consideration. But the Queen of Swords is concise. She's very deliberate in what she's doing. And she's ready to defend whatever decision it is that she makes. So with the Queen of Swords, I feel like maybe you're concerned about having to defend your decisions. Because I already pulled the bottom of the deck, that was this one. But the Hanged Man here, again, is about patience, it's about waiting, it's about different perspectives. So I really just feel like this is about not wanting to make decisions fast. Because the Eight of Wands here, the Eight of Wands is about fast communication, fast forward movement. See how quick those wands are going? Snap decisions based on passion, based on and you guys might be needing to work on making either decisions in general or a certain decision. We'll just say a certain decision, just for ease. You might not want to do this because you might think it could lead to heartbreak. And I said I wasn't taking reversals. This came out in reverse. It came out in reverse because you don't need to be afraid of this heartache. You don't need to be afraid of swords in your heart. You don't need to be afraid of that. Okay? Nobody wants to be hurt. And it's okay. That's understandable to not want to make decisions because you're afraid. Or because you don't want to have to defend yourself. Or because you want more information. You want to wait until something comes to you. Or because you don't want the burden of making the decision yourself. But that's what you can work on. Is decisions. Decision making in a timely manner. And not making decisions out of fear. Making decisions with conviction. What do you feel? What's your immediate thought? What do you think of immediately whenever you're faced with these decisions? Take that into consideration too. Don't just sit here and overthink it. All right? So, with that being said, we're going to move on to some oracle. This is the Universal Folk Oracle. These cards are beautiful. I love them so much. Sorry, my neighbors are loud. Okay, so we have compassion, celestial, ascension, echoes, expansion, and uncover. Compassion. Nurture, giving, love, life. Be compassionate with yourself. All right? Nurture yourself, love yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. I'm waiting on my neighbors to quit making noise. Celestial. Possibility, connect, infinite, soul path. I know there are a lot of possibilities when you have to make decisions, and you might have a lot of things to choose from. It's easy to sit there and think about, what about this, what about this, what about this, and the bajillion possibilities that there are. They are literally infinite and endless. But try to connect with yourself. Try to connect with what is going to be for your highest good, what's going to be for the best of everyone involved. Ascension. Ascended master, oneness, guides, spiritual support. You might be seeing birds. That could be synchronistic, or certain flowers, or cats. But you're not alone. All right? However, whatever you believe in, however you believe, you are supported. Echoes. Ancient culture, roots, customs. Again, another bird and another cat and feathers. I'm also seeing the moon here. And in traditional tarot, the moon is about secrets, and it's about things being hidden. Maybe think about ways that people have made these decisions previously. Because this is right above the Eight of Wands. We have expansion, ritual, dance, feast, fire. Don't take this so seriously. All right, dance, celebrate. Don't let needing to work on making decisions, making this decision, be such an importance to you that you're not stopping to celebrate the things that you enjoy and do the things that you enjoy. Uncover, dowsing, pendulum, answers, integrity. Another bird, two birds, and the moon. Just use your integrity. Whatever answers it is that you have to make, whatever choices you have to make, do it with integrity. That's the best you can do. Even if it's, in hindsight, something that could have been done better, or could have been worded better, or decided better, or differently, could have been a different decision could have been made. If you do it with integrity, that's all you can do. All right, that's all you can do. So let's use some of these are just blank cards that wrote on. Group. Eat. Think. Listen. Learn. Maybe you're having to make decisions and choices and making calls for not just yourself. Maybe other people are involved. And maybe they're pressuring you to move forward, to walk forward, to go. And you just want to think and you want them to listen, or maybe they want you to listen. But regardless, even if making these decisions isn't something that you are comfortable doing super quickly, you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to do this. You're going to learn what to do. And it's not always about the details. Something that I like to say is that there is such a thing as too much information. And sometimes if we know so much, it can be hard to think about things in a way that is the most beneficial. That's what we can work on. That's what you can work on. Not only being less afraid and less anxious and worried about decisions that you need to make, but how to go about these decisions, how to go about making these decisions in a way that's going to help you feel better and feel more confident in your decisions. And the only way to do that is by practicing, because you're going to learn, and people make mistakes. Don't be so afraid of change and of pain and of work and of doing something wrong that you're not able to move forward. Okay? Let's get some songs. It wasn't a great shuffle, but it is what it is. Songs for Jade Pumpkin. Jade Pumpkin. Any songs? Any songs? That was a whole pile. Under the Pressure by The Score. Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon. Roar by Katy Perry. How You Remind Me by Nickelback. My Boy by the Girl Version by LB Shane. And Fairy Tale by Sarah Bareilles. All of these songs can be found on YouTube. Maybe if I do that, you can read them better. A lot of these titles really just remind me of a lot of the things that I just said. You feel like you're under a lot of pressure to make these choices and to make these decisions, but just do what you feel is best. So listen to these songs, they might help. A lot of these songs are about empowerment. So work on your empowerment, work on your self-confidence, and remember, Jade Pumpkin, that this stuff takes time and it takes practice. And you're not going to be perfect right off the bat. None of us are perfect. Okay? White Snake. My pile 3. What can you work on? Let's just find out. This is just the regular Rider-Waite tarot. Alright, what can White Snake work on? What can White Snake work on? I'm not doing reversals today. right, we have the Two of Cups, the King of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Magician, and the Eight of Cups. Balancing your relationships, or a relationship, I'm not sure. We're going to go ahead and say that it's one relationship just because that might be easier for some people. Maybe it's more than one, I'm not sure. Take what resonates. The Two of Cups, give and take, balance between two people or between people in general. King of Wands. Maybe this person that you need to work on your relationship with is more focused on passions, not as focused on the emotional aspect of whatever your relationship entails, because I'm seeing you here as the Queen of Cups, whatever you identify as. All right, I'm seeing this as two people in a relationship. You're looking at the emotional part. You're looking at your cups in tarot are about emotion. Wands in tarot are about passion. So they might be focused on more physical things, they might be more focused on things that you can touch, that you can see, that are or they could be looking for things that will make them feel more passionate, more excited, more ready for forward movement. While you guys are over here, you're working on your emotions, you're looking at how you could be the most balanced in this relationship. And you're more focused on the non-tangible things, the things that mean more. The Magician. This is about making it happen. This is about confidence. This is about having all the tools that you need in order to do something or to make something work. So you guys can work on this. Whatever it is, you can work on it. You can make it work. But with the Eight of Cups here, it's going to be a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. And it's something you guys are both going to have to work on the emotional side for. It's not impossible. It's just going to take effort, cohesion, in order to achieve balance with this Two of Cups. Equal give and take. So that's what I'm seeing as for what you can work on. And I also saw the Knight of Pentacles. That was the bottom of the deck, but this was underneath. And the Knight of Pentacles is he is the slowest moving knight in the deck. More focused on working on things that are going to be materially beneficial. Okay, so let's get some oracle. This is the Oracle deck by the Hermit Tarot. Now is not the time. I guess I am going to take reversals for this deck. Who knew? Reach out. I know you from somewhere. One more. What can my white snake pile work on in their relationship? How can they bring balance? You already know. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I know that relationship issues are not easy. All right. Now is not the time reversed. Maybe you've been putting this off. Maybe you already knew what you could be working on. Maybe you already knew that this was something that you were going to have to bring up, something that you were going to have to initiate. I know you from somewhere. Maybe things have changed so much in your relationship, or you've needed to work on your relationship for so long that you don't recognize each other anymore. Maybe the person that you guys were when you started this relationship is not who you are now. But you guys can help each other through it. You can hold each other through it. You can do this together without it being something that makes you both feel like you're alone and like you can't be with each other and like you can't speak to each other about this. You already know what you need to do to bring this balance. This is something that you can work on, something that you need to work on, but it's not easy, and I recognize that. I know that relationship stuff is not easy, and that it's a journey. All right, this is not something that you're gonna be able to fix overnight, whatever it is. These are just some regular playing cards that I wrote on. I try to incorporate one homemade deck into each reading just because I don't want people to feel like the only way to be a reader is to have a whole bunch of money and cards and stuff, because you can find messages anywhere. All right. Okay. We have the Nine of Hearts. I decided the Hearts is going to be about love and relationships. So, changes. You need to work on making changes between the two of you. Regardless of what you guys identify as. One person, whoever this King of Wands is, needs to let go of some power. They need to stop being so militant about things. They need to let go a little bit and let loose a little bit. And you guys need to stop being in your head so much about this. Sorry. And you guys, as the Queen of Cups, have already worked on the plans to do this. You already know. And then we have changes in reverse, a little more in reverse. And again, changes in reverse, having to do with money, miscellaneous things, and work or career. You guys don't need to change things outside of your relationship. You don't need to work on money. More money is not going to fix it. You don't need to make different plans outside of just the two of you and what you can do together and how you can do this. You don't need to work on careers. You don't need to focus on making plans for later on down the line. You need to work on what is within your relationship with love, with the two of you. This doesn't have to be romantic. It really doesn't. I'm not trying to insinuate that it is, because any type of relationship can have issues. All right. Stability. But in the end, I feel like you guys just want some stability. You want equal give and take. And there is nothing wrong with that. Okay? So we're going to get a couple of affirmations for you guys on how the best way to go about this is. This is the Wild Offerings Oracle, by the way. Gratitude. I think that came out for, it came out for a different pile, either pile 1 or 2, I don't remember. So you might have more than one pile that you want to watch, and that is absolutely fine. Feelings, you guys. Service. Interest. In relationship was on the bottom. That's more than a couple, but it's fine. Gratitude. You might want to screenshot these, if nothing else, just because they're super pretty. Like, honestly, look at those. Okay. Gratitude. Find just one thing that you feel grateful for right now and let that gratitude power through your body. It is a healing, it's a healing balm like the warmth of the sun. Try to remember things about each other that you're grateful for. Not necessarily, I'm not saying to not think about what can be worked on and what could be beneficially changed for the both of you. But remember why you're in this relationship, okay? Feelings. Emotions want to be felt. You really can't surrender something until you deeply feel it. Allow me, dear divine, to offer all emotions to you, feeling them fully so they no longer hold me captive. Work on balancing emotional things. Feelings have to be felt. You have to work through your feelings, or they're just going to keep coming up and coming up and coming up until you truly work through them. But you have to feel them to work through them. Okay? Service. You stop using the universe to try to get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. All right, what did I say earlier? Let go of power. We don't need to fight this out. We don't. You don't need to manipulate each other. You don't need to try to convince each other of things. You just need to just say what you feel, why you feel that, how you feel that, and how you might be able to work on that together. Trust. When love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. Allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. Not every time is the right time. Now might not be the right time. There's a time and place for everything, is what I'm trying to say. Relationship. I call in the infinite power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are always abundantly met. Again, don't be afraid to let go of things that don't serve you. Don't be afraid to make changes that you need to make. Okay, you need leeway. Let's see if we can get a song or however many want to come out. Songs for my white snake pile. Anything. Any songs from a white snake pile? Thank you. Fight Back by Nefex. This relationship is still worth fighting for. It's still something that can be fought for. Anything else? Woo. Dark Horse, Katy Perry. Anything? Okay. Not a whole pile here. Anything else? Worthwhile by Nathan Wagner. That came out in another pile too, you guys. I'm not going to say which one. Partially because I don't remember. But also because I want you to use your own intuition, your own feelings to make these choices on piles. So, or just watch all three if you want to. Do whatever you want to do. What we came to do. Light by Nathan Wagner. All of these songs can be found on YouTube. One last one. Wanted to come out. Cheerleader. All right, White Snake. I don't know very much about reptiles or, you know, whatever, but if a snake doesn't shed its skin, it dies. Change is necessary. Change is good. Okay? Good luck. You guys have got this. Remember why you're doing this. Remember why you're here. And remember that it's going to take both of you to work through this. But make sure that you're working through it with compassion. Bye, guys.